gave it to him.
Couldn't decide. The first one should have been white ball.
Yeah. Score from Buffalo midway through the fourth quarter is the Bills 29, Raiders 23. 15 and Nate Johnson. 6'7" senior, 34, Jason Morrow. 6'4" senior, 45, Calvin Mathis. 6'1" junior, 52, Randy Philbin. And a 6'6" sophomore, 54, Brian Morrow. Central coached by Wayne Cook, Jim Houshell, John Bogus, and Mark Travis. Starters for the Green River Bowl. 6'4" senior, 41, Brad Frank. 5'11" junior, number 30, Alma Kilpack. 5'8" senior, number 43, Micah Mayeston. 5'8" senior, number 11, Sean Everly. And a 6' senior, 33, Chris Goff.
Will be the official that'll throw it up. Tim Thompson, his partner, and the Indians win the tip easily. It is Johnson with the basketball on top of the key, and he slows it down. Wolves will drop into a 1-2-2 zone defense. Johnson will go right side on the angle to Mathis. Mathis, the transfer student from North Carolina, he'll go left side to Johnson. Johnson will bring it back out on top for Cheyenne Central. Wolves in that 1-2-2 zone defense. Calvin Mathis with the basketball. He terminates the dribble, goes cross court to Randy Philbin. Philbin on top of the key, now left side to Johnson. The Indians taking their time, being very patient here on offense. Mathis will work his way through the paint, go to the far side of the gymnasium, and Johnson lost the handle but runs it down now to Philbin, right side on the angle. He terminates the dribble, now having problems, goes cross court to Mathis. Mathis will go back out on top to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball, one dribble terminates now to Mathis. Almost played 50 seconds here, and the Indians have yet to put up a shot. Philbin will hand it off to Calvin Mathis, and Mathis will bring it back out on top to Johnson. So the Indians are just going to play slow down defense, or offense that is, and the Wolves will just have to be patient on defense and try to force some errors here. Played a minute now. Johnson will bring it back cross court. Big game for Cheyenne Central. They can ill afford to go 0-3 in the 4A South. Of course, the top two teams in the conference get an automatic berth to the state championships. Johnson with the basketball, right side of the angle. He's double teamed. Now he'll bring it back out on top to Philbin. The two Morrow brothers have yet to touch the basketball. Here's Mathis. Mathis out on top to Johnson. Johnson with the ball, being pressured by Peverly. Now Johnson will go cross court to Mathis. Mathis being pressured by Micah Mayestis. Back to Johnson, right side on the angle to Philbin. Just taking their time. This is going to be a low-scoring game at this rate. Here's Johnson. Back to Philbin. Philbin will hand it off to Mathis. Indians just taking their time. Back to Philbin. Wolves slap on the double team. Now go back out on top to Johnson. Back to Mathis. We've played 2 minutes here and no shot has been put up yet. Here's Johnson. Johnson with the ball. He'll go left side. Cross court to Philbin. Philbin takes a couple of dribbles. Terminates. Johnson now right side on the angle to Mathis. Thought about going down low to Morrow. The Indians basically looking for a layup here. We've played 2 minutes and 10 seconds and still no shot. This is an official's nightmare and a broadcaster's nightmare as well. Let's start putting it up. Johnson with the basketball on top of the key. We've played 2.5 minutes now. Beverly will try to pressure him. Now here's Philbin. Cross court to Mathis. Mathis will go cross court to Philbin. Philbin left side on the angle, terminates the dribble, goes inside to Morrow, now to Mathis, and the Wolves almost got the steal. Back to Johnson, left side on the angle to Philbin. Indians just taking their time here. We approach the 3-minute mark, and the Green River fans getting a little restless here. They like this high up-tempo game that Green River likes to play, and Kilpack almost got the steal. Get the ball to Philbin. Back out on top to Johnson. Back to Philbin, left side on the angle, now to Mathis. Mathis will work it up against Kilpack. He's double teamed, now back out on top to Johnson. We've played 3 minutes and still no shot. The Indians have basically played catch up on top. Here's Morrow with the ball, now back out on top to Philbin. Now cross court to Johnson, back to Philbin. 4:45. Mathis thought about the three, and then goes back out on top to Johnson with a big smile on his face. Right side on the angle to Mathis. Cross court pass to Johnson. Back to Philbin. Kilpack goes for the steal. Can't come up with it. Cross court to Johnson. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and we still have yet to see a shot. This is kind of interesting. On top to Johnson. Wolves in a man-to-man defense still, or excuse me, in a zone defense. Johnson with the basketball on top to Mathis. I think what they're trying to do is get the Wolves out of the zone. Here's Philbin on top of the key. We've almost played 4 minutes here and still no shot. Mathis left side to Philbin. Philbin will hand it off to Calvin Mathis. Mathis double teamed and gets it on top to Johnson. Right side Philbin. We've played 4 minutes here and still no shot. Indians trying something different here this afternoon. Of course, when you're 2-8, you try anything. Here's Johnson, right side on the angle of Philbin, cross court to Mathis. The Morrow brothers are just basically standing around down low in the paint. Here's Mathis. Now Morrow comes out high to give him a screen, but nothing doing. 3:40 to go in the first. Mathis with the ball, hands it off to Johnson, right side to Philbin. Philbin will go cross court to Mathis. Now back out on top to Johnson. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and we still have yet to take a shot. Fans are getting restless here. Wolves wanted a travel call against Johnson, but don't get it. Johnson on top of the key. Left side on the angle now to Mathis. We approach the 3-minute mark. Hand it off to Johnson, give it off down to Philbin. Philbin right side on the angle, terminates the dribble. Kilpack going for the steal, but can't come up with it. Here's Mathis on top of the key, and then he's fouled by Micah Maestas. Works against Micah. That's his first team foul. Indians will bring it in. Green River will stay in the 2-3 zone defense. Wolves can ill afford to go to man-to-man when they got 6'6" and 6'5" down low. Here's Mathis to Johnson. 3 minutes to go. We've played 5 minutes and still no shot. We do have one foul. Johnson with the basketball. Cross court to Mathis. Wolves just stay in the 2-3 zone defense. Kilpack was going to go for the steal. Had Mathis come cross court to Johnson, but he gives it instead to Philbin. Philbin will hand it off to Calvin Mathis. Mathis terminates the dribble, hands it off to Philbin. 2.5 minutes to go. In the first quarter, still no shot. Here's Johnson, then he's double teamed, and there'll be a whistle and a foul. It's either against Peverly or Kilpack, and it'll work against Alma. Alma picks up his first personal foul. That is team number 2. No score. Philbin will work it in and does to Mathis. Mathis cross courts it to Johnson. Johnson will hand it off to Mathis, and the Wolves will stay in the 2-3 zone defense. Johnson up on top to Mathis. They just play catch here. Now they're going to match up in a man-to-man defense to try to pressure the Indians into shooting. I think that's exactly what Cheyenne Central wants, man-to-man defense. Here's Johnson with the basketball. Johnson dribbles the ball on top against Beverly, and it's a 5-second call against Cheyenne Central, and the Wolves force the turnover. And that gets the fans a little excited. Johnson just spent his time dribbling out on top, didn't make an effort to go to the hole, and it's a 5-second call. First turnover, and let's see if the Wolves can score here. 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. No score. We have yet to have a shot. Kilpack to Peverly. Sean, 3 on the way, straight away off the front of the iron, no good. Micah Maestas pulls down the rebound for Green River. And the Wolves will reload. On top now is Sean Peverly. Peverly had 29 last night. Here's Micah Maestas. Micah terminates right side. Goff, 3 on the way, is off the back of the iron, no good. And pulling down the rebound is Jason Morrow. And then he's fouled from behind, I think by Sean Peverly. Peverly will pick up his first personal foul. 13 up here. 1:20 to go. No score. Here's Johnson. Johnson will hand it off to Mathis. The Indians just basically running the time off the clock. Here's Philbin, making no concerted effort to score here. Johnson back to Philbin. Wolves now in a man-to-man defense. Philbin with the ball, terminates now to Johnson. We've got 65 seconds to go, and there's no score. Here's Mathis. Mathis with the ball, right side on the angle, down low now to Johnson. Johnson will work it back out on top. Under a minute left. Here comes Johnson. The Indians have yet to take a shot here. On top to Morrow. He'll hand it off to Mathis. Now back out on top to Johnson. Johnson will try to drive. He'll hand it off to Calvin Mathis. Mathis double team. Now right side baseline to Johnson. He'll bring it back out on top for Cheyenne Central. Johnson will hand it off to Philbin. Philbin with a reverse dribble. Gets it right side to Mathis. 35 seconds to go. Still no score. The Wolves have shot the ball twice. The Indians have yet to put it up. Here's Johnson. And now the Wolves will back off defensively. Johnson will hand it off to Mathis with 20 seconds to go. Dwayne Cook, the Indian coach, hollering out his instructions. Now Johnson with the ball on top of the key. Terminates the dribble with 14 seconds left. Johnson will hand it off to Philbin with 10 seconds to go. Down low to Morrow. Morrow terminates, now back out on top to Philbin. Philbin with 5 seconds left. He throws it into the lane, and they will. Well, Mathis has the ball. He'll go left side. Johnson, three-pointer at the buzzer. No good. The Indians shoot for the first time at the buzzer. We'll open up with the basketball here to open up the second quarter. Here comes Micah Mayestis, right to left on the dial, working against Mathis on top down to Chris Goff. Goff will drive to the hole all the way, put it up and in, and he's fouled. And Goff will go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. And Goff to the line with a chance at a three-point play. And he's deadly from the free throw line. 87% free throw shooter on the year. Last night, 14 of 15 from the free throw line. Goff's free throw is in and out, no good. I spoke too early. Rebound in there by Philbin. And here comes the Indians, trailing 2-0. Johnson with the ball. Looks like they're going to just take their time here. Mathis with it now. Mathis was talking some trash with Goff after he drove to the hole and got the foul. The foul was on Philbin, his first. And the Indians are just content with running the clock down. And if I was the Wolves, I'd just sit back and let them do it. You got a 2-0 lead. Interesting strategy by Dwayne Cook. They just play catch out on top. Wolves will continue to stay in their 2-3 zone defense. Actually, it's a 1-2-2. Now Mayestis puts a little pressure on Philbin. Mathis with the basketball. Mathis will go left side on the angle to Philbin. Mayestis will put some pressure on him. He'll go cross court to Johnson. 2-0 our score. Here's Mathis. He'll go inside to Morrow. Morrow puts it up in close, and it's good. Jason Morrow, his first 2 points of the game, and we're tied 2-2. Here comes Micah Mayestis. Mayestis with the ball. I think Dwayne's upset that the Indians took a shot. Left side Kilpack, even though it was a layup. Here's Alma on top. Goff, 3 on the way, straight away. In and out, no good. Kilpack battling for the rebound, and coming down with it is Brian Morrow for the Cheyenne Central Indians. 2-2. Here's Johnson. Left side on the angle to Mathis. Calvin Mathis with the basketball, and Goff almost stripped it away. Cross court to Johnson. Johnson will take his time out on top. Nate Johnson, a 6'1 senior. Our first substitute about to come into the game, I think, for Central, and it will be Joe Milchewski. Milchewski will come in at the next break. Indians just playing catch now. Johnson with the ball. Oh, Mayestis almost got the steal, but Philbin comes up with it. 2-2 our score. We've played almost 3 minutes here in the second quarter. Johnson with the ball. Now to Mathis. Mathis left side on the angle. He'll go cross court to Johnson. Three-pointer on the way. This one's an air ball, and coming down with the ball is Goff, but he lost it out of bounds. It'll be Indian basketball. Milchewski will throw it in for the Indians. Having problems. And Johnson falls down. They finally get it into Morrow. Morrow will get it out on top to Johnson. 5.5 minutes to go. Left side on the angle, Milchewski. Milchewski will work it out on top now for Cheyenne Central. Milchewski is 6'2 and a senior. Right side on the angle to Johnson. Back out on top to Calvin Mathis. Left side, Milchewski. Milchewski working against Chris Goff. Now cross court to Johnson. 5:10 to go. Indians' only shot has been a layup. They've missed 2 3-pointers, so they've shot the ball 3 times is all. And we've played 11 minutes of basketball. Hand it off to Johnson. Johnson cross court now to Mathis. Mathis with the ball. Mayestis all over him. Goff went for the steal. Left side in the corner now to Milchewski. Milchewski will work it across. Out on top now, working hard against Alma. Kilpack terminates the dribble. Double team. Now back out on top to Johnson. They'll cross court to Mathis. On top to Johnson. Johnson, left side in the corner to Milchewski. Looks like the Indians will go into an offense. Should have been 3-second call against Morrow. He puts up the shot, can't get it. Mathis with a rebound. Mathis with the offensive rebound putback for Cheyenne Central, and they lead it 4-2. Here's Kilpack to Mayestis. 4:20 to go in the first half. On top to Alma Kilpack. Thought about the 3, but Morrow's right with him. Now Kilpack will put it up, and it's blocked out of there by Morrow, and his brother Jason brings it down. Here comes the Indian. Dwayne Cook holds up the number 1 sign. I don't know if that means go for 1 shot or what. There's still 4 minutes to go on the clock here in the first half. Cross court to Johnson. Right side, baseline to Milchewski. Milchewski will work it out on top now for Cheyenne Central. Working hard is Sean Peverly. Peverly double teams on him. Looked like he traveled with the ball, and he threw it away right in the hands of Goff. Goff will go the length of the floor all the way, put it up, and he blew the layup. Tipped around, and Milchewski comes down with it for Cheyenne Central, and now a foul against Green River. Bonnie's assistants, Kelly Hornby and Jim Germany, and says, let's hold it down. They've been warned. 3.5 minutes to go here. 4-2 our score. Indians lead it by a deuce. Cheyenne Central once again taking their time on offense here. Johnson with the basketball, and every time he touches the ball, the Green River fans let him know about his three-point air ball he threw up a couple of minutes ago. Milchewski with the basketball on top of the key. He'll go to Mathis. Mathis cross court now to Johnson. Johnson working hard against Peverly. Left side to Mathis. Left side baseline. No, that's in the corner to Milchewski underneath to Morrow. Morrow will go back to Milchewski. Left side on the angle. Milchewski will drive to the hole, put it up from 5. Left it short, no good. Brad Franks pulls down the rebound, and we got a whistle foul. Brad Franks and ever the big boys pulls down the rebound and score. The Indians with a 2-point lead. There's no question this type of slow-down offense is the Cheyenne Central's advantage. The Wolves just like to run it up the floor and put it up. Here's Peverly, 3 straight away. This is off the front of the iron, no good. Long rebound, and coming down with the board is Johnson. Johnson pulls down the defensive rebound, and they'll work it across the timeline left to right on the dial. 4-2 our score. Here comes Mathis. And looks like the Indians are going to just take their time again. We approach the 2-minute mark. This game is about, well, it's less than 20 minutes old. Johnson to Mathis. Mathis left side on the angle. Cross-court it now to Johnson. Wolves now I can't tell. I think they're still in a zone. Yeah, they're in a 1-2-2 zone defense. Central is just spreading it out and content with letting the clock tick. Johnson working against Peverly. Peverly's going to pick his pocket. I got a feeling here. Jason Morrow with the ball. Now he'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson out on top to Calvin Mathis. Left side on the angle to Milchewski. Milchewski will work it back out on top to Mathis with 1:40 to go. Here's Mathis. Right side on the angle to Johnson. Morrow is wide open underneath that time going across the lane. Brian Morrow, the sophomore, but they didn't see him in time. Indians will just play catch out on top. 1:25 to go. Inside pass, Morrow slapped out of there by Brad Franks, but Morrow runs it down and gets it out on top to Johnson. Johnson looks at his coach, Dwayne Cook. Johnson with the ball, working hard against Peverly. And it looked like he carried the ball, but no call. Handed off to Mathis. Calvin will bring it back across the court. Right side on the angle to Milchewski. Milchewski will work it left to right, and they're just going to run the clock out. 63 seconds to go, and the Wolves almost got the turnover. Mathis runs it down, however, out on top to Johnson. 55 seconds to go. Milchewski with the ball on top of the key. He'll terminate, hand it off to Johnson, working hard against Alma Kilpack. Kilpack with him all the way. Now Johnson will drive, hand it off to Mathis. A 5-second call against Cheyenne Central. Third turnover for Cheyenne Central. Dan Olson made the call. Dwayne Cook didn't like it. Olson came over and explained it to him. Cook still didn't like it. 40 seconds to go. Looked like he was making an effort to go to the hoop, but Olson made the call. Here's Sean Peverly. Peverly with the ball on top to Chris Goff. Goff, backside, right side to Peverly. He'll drive it in the lane, dish it off to Chris. Left side, Micah Maestas, 3 on the way. This one is off the iron, no good. Morrow with a rebound for Cheyenne Central. This is Brian Morrow who brings it down. 20 seconds to go. 4-2 our score. Indians lead it by 2. With 10 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Mathis. Mathis on top of the key, working against Maestas. Handed off to Johnson with 7 seconds. Johnson will pop from 13. Good with 4 seconds left. And our score at halftime will be 6-2. Wow. Cheyenne Central leads it 6-2. Continue their strategy of running the clock. Wolves will go in, let's see, into a man-to-man defense. So that might change up their minds here. Philbin with the ball on top of the key. He'll hand it off to Mathis. Mathis will go in the corner now to Johnson. Johnson will bring it back out on top to Mathis. And it looks like they will be content with running down the clock. And a good point made at halftime that Green River looks to be tired, and they are kind of tired just chasing these guys around. And the Indians will just run the clock down. Wolves need to force a turnover here, and that's a 5-second call. No, he carried the ball. Johnson, he carried the basketball. That's 4 turnovers for Central. Green River has yet to turn it over. And Stan Olson, you say all you want about him, but when he makes the call, you know what's going on, and he's pretty emphatic about it. These are good officials, Thompson and Olson from Big Piney. Here's Peverly, right side on the angle to Goff. Goff with the ball. He terminates the dribble, cross court to Sean Peverly. Peverly with the basketball. He'll drive to the hole. Backdoor pass to Franks. Franks can't handle it, out of bounds. Turnover number 1 against Green River. 6-2 our score. Central with a 4-point lead. 7:10 to go in the third. Here's Johnson. Johnson works it across the timeline. He'll hand it off to Mathis. Mathis inside to Morrow. Franks looked like he fouled him, but Franks knocked it out of bounds. They're going to call a jump ball. And they're going to say Green River basketball on the alternating arrow. 5 turnovers now for Cheyenne Central. 4-point Central lead. Goff, right side on the angle to Kilpack. Alma with the ball. He'll terminate the dribble on top now to Peverly. Peverly will go cross court to Goff. Back out on top to Mathis. Mathis almost with the steal. Inside pass. Franks, reverse layup, score. Brad Franks, his first 2 points of the game, and it's 6-4. Indians by 2, and Peverly almost got the steal as he almost got it away from Johnson after Morrow threw it the length of the floor. And the Indians will bring it out right at the half-court stripe. I don't know what Dean Bonney said to Stan Olson, but Olson got a chuckle out of it. Here's Johnson with the ball on top of the key, working against Mathis. Loses the handle, now double-teamed, out on top Mathis. Mathis will drive to the hole, dish it off right side Morrow. Morrow will put it up, and in and out, no good. Rebound Mathis, put it up with the right hand and score it. Calvin Mathis has 4 points in the game. His second offensive rebound, it's 8-4. Here's Alma Kilpack. Kilpack back out on top, and Philbin steals it, but he said he was on the inbound line, and it'll be Wolves basketball. 8-4 our score. On top to Maestas. Micah with the ball. Gets it to Chris Goff. Goff will drive to the hole all the way, put it up with the left hand, can't get it. Rebound tipped around, and let's see. Nate Johnson comes up with it for Cheyenne Central. Johnson will bring it up the floor. Central can build their, match their biggest lead with a bucket here. 8-4. Inside pass, they get it to Morrow. Morrow blocked from behind by Franks. We got a whistle and a foul. This is Brian. His first free throw is good. That's the first free throw in the game for Central. Second one by Morrow is good. So the sophomore, 6'6", cans both of them. 10-4, Indians by 6. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Inside pass to Peverly, and it's blocked out of there, and Johnson will be called for the foul. Johnson will pick up his first. That is the first team foul. And I said Green River had 5 team fouls. They only have 1 here in the second half. Peverly to the free throw line. Sean came in averaging 21.5 a game. He has yet to score in this one. Of course, he's only shot the ball twice. Free throw in and out, no good by Peverly. Sean's second free throw is good. So Peverly hits 1 of 2, and it's 10-5. Central by 5. 5.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Morrow is immediately double-teamed, and the Wolves force the turnover. Here's Kilpack. Alma in the lane. He dishes it off. Goff, he'll put it up. Left it short. No good. Long rebound. Maestas comes up with it for Green River. Maestas to the hole with the right hand. Put it up. Can't get it, but he's fouled. So Micah gets the offensive rebound. His second of the game. The Indians turn it over. Maestas, 61% free throw shooter on the year. Came in averaging 13.9 per game. Can't hit the first one. Wolves struggling from the free throw line. They came in as a team 65%. Second one by Micah. This one won't go either. And Johnson with a rebound. And he carried the ball. That's the 7th turnover. 10-5. I don't know. I didn't see the dribble, so I can't make a judgment on it. The Cheyenne Central fans obviously didn't like him. The Wolves fans did, but I didn't see it, so I can't make any comment. Here's Maestas with the ball on top of the key, left to right on the dial. Michael goes to Sean Peverly. Peverly working against Johnson, terminates now to Goff. Chris will go left side to Kilpack. He'll pop from 15. This one's short, partially blocked, and Mathis comes up with it for Cheyenne Central. Here comes Mathis. Mathis will go the length of the floor. Lost the handle. Now terminates. Taken away by Kilpack. Alma with the ball. Another turnover for Cheyenne Central. That's 7 in the game. 8 in the game. Left side Goff. 3 on the way. Good for Goff. Goff has 5, and it's 10-8. Wolves back to within 2. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Morrow, full court pressure is bothering him big time. Here's Philbin, gets it across the timeline to Johnson. Johnson down low to Mathis. Mathis with the basketball. He'll bring it back out on top to Philbin, and the Indians will take their time here with a 2-point lead. Get it off to Mathis. Inside Morrow. Brian Morrow now back out to Philbin. Philbin doesn't even look at the basket. Hand it off to Mathis, and Mathis will take his time here. Get it to Johnson. Johnson right side to Mathis. Inside pass Morrow. Jared will pop from 13. Air ball. Rebound Brian Morrow. Back to Johnson to the hole. Underneath Philbin, and he's hammered by Brad Franks. So Brian Morrow comes down with a rebound. Offensive rebound, and now the Indians can cash in. Franks commits his second team, and Philbin to the line to shoot 2. That was a good foul on Franks' part because Philbin had a layup otherwise. Free throw on the way, and no good. 10-8 our score. Central's biggest lead, 6. Green River's biggest lead, 2. And Philbin throws up another brick. And it's rebounded by Franks. Gets it to Micah. Micah across the timeline. Micah will drive. Dish it off. Kilpack. 3 on the way. Goal! And the Wolves retake the lead. 10-11. Johnson with the ball. He's triple teaming the backcourt, and now we got a foul. See, I think it's on Franks. If it's on Brad, that's his 3rd. Franks has picked up his 3rd team foul. And he'll have to come out, and then comes the sophomore.
32, Joe Molcheski.
Justin Hunt will come in. Joe Milcheski will check into the lineup for Green River, or for Cheyenne Central. So it's Milcheski, Morrow, Johnson, and Mathis for the red and black. Here comes Johnson across the timeline, right to left. The Indians now trail 11-10. Left side on the angle is Milcheski. On top down to Johnson. Wolves in a 2-3. Underneath Brandon Mosley's also checked in. Milcheski with the ball. Left side on the angle to Mathis. Mathis, underneath pass, taken away by Justin Hunt. Kilpack is knocked out of bounds, and he's fouled by the Indians' Milcheski. And Milcheski's picked up his 2nd. Team foul number 3. That is the 9th turnover against Cheyenne Central. Green River only has 1 turnover here. Brandon Mosley's checked in. We'd haven't seen Brandon in a while, a 5'10 senior, into the lineup for Goff. Micah Maestas gets it to Sean Peverly. Peverly terminates the dribble. Right side, Justin Hunt. Hunt has the open shot. 17 straight away. Left it short. No good. Rebounded there by Johnson. And now we got a foul underneath. Getting a little sloppy now. Foul is on Sean Peverly. 11-10 our score. Wolves by 1 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here's Milcheski. Milcheski works it across the timeline. Hands it off to Mathis. Mathis will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson will set it up for the Indians. Right to left on the dial to Mathis. Down low to Jared Morrow. Working against Justin Hunt. Morrow has called for traveling. That's 10 turnovers now for Central. Wolves up by 1 with 2:40 to go. And if you just joined us, I won't tell you the score. You won't believe it. Mosley with the ball on top to Sean Peverly. Peverly will try to drive, but nothing there. Hands it back to Brandon. Now to Kilpack. 3 straight away is off the back of the iron. No good. Johnson comes down with a rebound for the Indians, and he'll hand it off to Milcheski. Johnson now with 5 rebounds. Johnson with the ball on top of the key, working hard against Peverly. 11-10 our score as we approach the end of the third quarter. Kilpack with a steal. Alma the length of the floor, and he's hacked in the act by Johnson. And there'll be a 2-shot foul. As Kilpack gets the steal, goes to the length of the floor. 8 turnovers second half, 11 in the game for Central. Kilpack to the line to shoot 2. Johnson's 2nd, 4th team foul.
His 2nd, 4th team. Randy Philbin returns for Central. Tim Robinson, Chris Goff for the Wolves. Alma Kilpack.
Brian Morrow will come out, the sophomore, and let's see. Who checked in? Philbin did. Alma's free throw is, almost threw up an air ball. Just barely up in front of the iron. Green River's free throw shooting not good. They are one of 6 as a team. Alma hits the second one. Kilpack with 4, and it's 12-10. Wolves lead it by 2. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Here's Johnson being double teamed. Chris Goff's checked back in for the Green River Wolves. Milcheski with the ball, and they are disoriented. Kilpack throws it to the floor. It'll be a jump ball. Kilpack and Johnson will get the jump ball, and it will be Indian basketball. Yeah, there was a jump ball down below. Dean says it's our ball, but okay. It'll be Central basketball, that's right. Philbin will work it in for Cheyenne. Having problems, wide open underneath is Milcheski, and he is fouled by Kilpack, and he makes the shot. And that is the 5th team foul against Green River. Milcheski to the free throw line, free throw on the way, and it's a brick. Rebound Tim Robinson, who's checked in for Green River. And we're tied at 12 apiece, our second tie of the game. Micah Maestas, left side Chris Goff. Thought about taking the 3, but does not. Now to Tim Robinson, right side Micah Maestas. Maestas back out on top to Goff. Goff 3 straight away. This is an air ball, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Milcheski comes up with it for Cheyenne Central. And here comes the Indians. Johnson will work it across the timeline, right to left on the dial to Mathis. 3-pointer on the way. Good. Nope, I'm going to say 2. Calvin Mathis with a 2-pointer. And it's 14-12, our 4th lead change of the game. Minute 15 to go in the 3rd. 14-12. Chris Goff to Tim Robinson. 15 straight away. Good. Tim Robinson. His first 2 points of the game, and we're tied again, 14-14. Here's Mathis underneath pass Milcheski. It's on the floor. It'll be a jump ball. Green River will have it. And the Indians turn it over again. And here comes the Wolves. Under a minute to go in the 3rd. Left side, Sean Peverly. Peverly will put up the 3-pointer. Not a good shot. Rebound, Micah Maestas. It was an air ball, and Maestas comes away with it. His 3rd offensive rebound. Here's Chris Goff all the way. Put it up. Can't get it, but he's fouled. The foul will work against Jason Morrow. His first, 5th team foul, and Goff to the line to shoot 2. Goff 0 for 1 this afternoon. He's a 87% free throw shooter on the season. He has 5 points. Make that 6 as he hits the first one. 15-14. Wolves back up by 1. And here comes the second free throw. A 6-foot senior got the second. He has 7 in the game to lead all scorers. Ryan Morrow will come in for Jason Morrow. It'll be Indian basketball. Philbin having problems, finally gets it into Mathis. Mathis will work it up the floor quickly for the Indians, right to left on the dial. 35 seconds to go. Wolves lead it by 2. Here's Johnson. Johnson and Mathis have played the entire game. Underneath pass, Philbin. Philbin will try to drive, spin move in the lane. Not a good shot, and rebounded by Tim Robinson. Robinson pulls down his second rebound. I'm sure Dwayne Cook did not want that shot. Off balance fade away, will not go. 16-14. 15 seconds to go. In the 3rd, Wolves up by 2. Here's Micah Maestas. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5. Here's Chris Goff to the hole with the left hand. Put it up. Can't get it in and out. And a rebound in there by Milcheski. Wow. Well, we finally got some scoring. Our score after 3. It's the Wolves 16 and the Cheyenne Central Indians 14. We'll take a 6-year.
Some heroes. If you want to shape our future, call 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero. Call 1-800.
Foul against Green River. Here's Philbin. Philbin with the ball on top of the key. 16-14 our score. 3 by Mathis is good from way out. Wow. Mathis has 9, and it's 17-16, our 5th lead change of the game. Here's Goff, left side Sean Peverly. Peverly back out on top to Chris. Goff looks over the Indian defense, down to Maestas. Micah with the ball on top, Brad Franks, left side Chris Goff. Goff left side baseline, now he'll work it back out left side on the angle. Terminate out on top now to Peverly. Sean with the ball, working against Johnson. He'll pop from 13, can't get it, but he was fouled. And Johnson commits his third foul. That is team foul number 6, but Sean to the line to shoot 2 freebies. Beverly with 1 point in the game. Franks with 2, Kilpack with 4, Goff with 7, and Robinson with 2 for the Indians. 9 for Calvin Mathis, and 2 apiece for Johnson, Jason Morrow, Brian Morrow, and Joe Milchewski. Sean is 1 for 2 from the line, 66% free throw shooter on the year. Got the first one to fall. I think he kind of wished that one in. 17-17. There's the second one by Sean. He hits both, and that's our 6th lead change. Wolves back up by 1. They continue the full court pressure. Here comes Nate Johnson, works across the timeline. He's played the entire game. Johnson with the ball, right side Mathis, wide open Jared Morrow to the hole, put it up and in. Jared Morrow, he has 4. Or excuse me, Jason Morrow. Not Jared, but Jason. I apologize. Here's Kilpack. Alma to the hole, all the way, the left hand, got it. Good shot by Alma Kilpack. Kilpack has 6, and it's 20-19. And back and forth we go. Wolves up by 1. Here's Johnson. He's double teamed. Terminates the dribble. Now to Milchewski. Left side Philbin to the hole. Blocked behind by Brad Franks. Franks comes away with it. Here comes Maestas. Maestas works it across the timeline, left to right. On top now to Alma Kilpack. 20-19. Wolves by 1. Here's Tim Robinson underneath to Sean Peverly. Peverly with the ball. He tries to post up. Gets it out on top to Maestas. Micah, however, runs it down and does outrun and pass Mathis. Here's Alma. 3 straight away off the back of the iron. No good. Mathis battling for the rebound. And now we got a foul on, I think, Calvin Mathis. And that was a hustle foul on Calvin's part. And he didn't argue about the call. That was just a hustle call. He was hustling after the ball with Kilpack, and Alma just had the yank from the free throw line. First one is no good, and a long rebound in the corner, and Brad Franks comes up with it for the Wolves. Get it on top to Kilpack. He'll hand it off to Maestas. 3-pointer on the way. This one's going to be short, no good. Robinson, rebound, put it up, can't get it, got it back, put it up again, can't get it, and he's fouled. Robinson with a couple of offensive rebounds. The foul's against Cheyenne Central. And the foul will work against Randy Philbin, his 3rd. And to the line is Tim Robinson. Robinson will have 2. He's a 75% free throw shooter on the year, but he's only shot 4 times. He's hit 3 of 4. And his free throw shooting continues as he hits the first one. 21-19, and if Tim can hit this one, the Wolves will have their biggest lead of 3. And the second one is good. Now they're going to wave it off. No, there'll be timeout. They'll count it. Timeout on the floor. Our score, Green River 22, Cheyenne Central 19. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Wolf. The real killer for the Indians have been turnovers. They've had 9 here in the second half. And on the verge of turning over again, they do. Kilpack with a steal to the hole. The left hand can't get it, but he was fouled. 13 turnovers now for Cheyenne Central. 10 of them here in the second half. That's been their downfall. The foul is against Philbin, his 4th. Alma to the line to shoot a couple of freebies here. Kilpack with 6 points. Make it 7 as he hits the first one. And the Wolves, after a slow start from the free throw line, they were 4 for 9 after 3, have, they're 5 of 6, 5 of 5. They're 6 of 7 in this quarter now. Brian Morrow will come in for Jason Morrow. Philbin will bring it in, and this is where they've had problems. To get it into Morrow, Morrow will be immediately double-teamed. Hands it off to Johnson, their point guard. Johnson's played the entire game for the Indians. Under 6 minutes to go, Wolves lead at 24-19. That's their biggest lead of the game. Here is Mathis, and Kilpack almost got the steal, but he knocked it out of bounds. And Dwayne Cook wants a timeout. Timeout on the floor with 5:50 to go. I don't think he's a happy camper. 24-19. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right. And does to Johnson. Johnson, Philbin, Milchewski, Brian Morrow, and a turnover for the Indians as Milchewski tried to get it down low to Philbin. Calvin Mathis is the other player on the floor. That's 11 turnovers now in the second half for Central, 14 in the game. Green River's turned the ball over once. Micah. Right side on the angle to Peverly. Peverly brings it back out on top to Alma. Alma will drive to the hole, dish it off left side to Peverly. Sean to the hole, dish it off left side, and not expecting the pass was Micah Maestas. 2 turnovers now for Green River. James Malone will check into the lineup. Jason Morrow comes back in, too. First time we've seen Malone tonight. 6'2". Bench for Tim Robinson. 4 rebounds and 4 points. Here's Johnson. Johnson with the ball. He'll work it across the timeline, right to left on the dial. 24-19. Wolves lead it by 5. We've got 5:15 to go in the basketball game. Johnson, Indians taking their time here. Left side on the angle to Philbin. He'll get it to Mathis. Right side, Malone. Malone, inside pass taken away by Brad Franks. Another turnover for Cheyenne Central. Here comes the Wolves, left to right on the valley. Kilpack with the ball. He terminates out on top now to Maestas. Maestas. And the Wolves will take their time here. Dish it off left side on the angle to Peverly. Peverly will hand it off to Kilpack. Alma to the hole. All the way with the left hand. Put it up. Can't get it. Rebound tipped around. And let's see. Maestas comes up with it for the Wolves. Micah will drive to the hole. He'll bring it back out on top. 4 offensive rebounds for Micah Maestas. 24-19. 4.5 minutes to go. Wolves up by 5. On top, Franks. Franks to the hole all the way. The right hand. Put it up and in. Brad Franks. Franks has 4. The Wolves have a 7-point lead. 26-19. Here comes Johnson. Johnson will drive all the way. Dish it off left side baseline to James Malone. Back out on top to Johnson. Johnson thought about taking the 3. Handed off to Philbin. Philbin left side to Malone. Malone three-pointer on the way. Good. James Malone. And Malone comes in off the bench and hits a quick three-pointer. 26-22. Wolves up by 4 with 4 minutes left in the basketball game. So the Wolves have, after being held scoreless in the first quarter, have scored 26 cents. Here comes Franks. Franks will drive 13-foot straight away. This one's too hard, no good, and Malone pulls down the rebound for Central. Long lead. Mathis all the way left hand. Great move and score it. Wow, he has 11 in the game. 26-24. Malone got the rebound and kicked it out to Mathis, and he went the length of the floor. Here's Peverly, 14 straight away. Good. Peverly, he has 5. Long lead, Mathis. Mathis falls to the floor, can't handle it out of bounds. It'll be Wolves basketball. Another turnover, 13 in the second half, 16 in the game for Central. And Dwayne Cook not happy. 28-24. Wolves lead by 4 with 3:15 to go. Right side, Peverly. Sean will go all the way. Left side, wide open. Maestas put it up off the glass and score it. Maestas' first 2 points of the game. 30-24, 3 minutes to go. Here comes the Indians. Johnson quickly down the floor. Left side, Malone. Three-pointer on the way. Good! Malone hits back-to-back three-pointers. 30-27. Wolves up by 3. Here comes Maestas. Maestas works it across the timeline. Left side to Kilpack. Kilpack on top to Maestas. Maestas right side, Franks all the way. Put it up. Blew the layup. Rebound by Jason Morrow. His second rebound of the game. 30-27. Indians can tie it with a 3 here. 2.5 minutes to go in the basketball game. Johnson with the ball on top to Philbin. Philbin right side on the angle to Mathis. 3 on the way. This is no good, but he was fouled. Kilpack got him on the arm. And Mathis will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. And if he... Mathis, the 6'4 senior, missed the first one. Mathis will have 1 more. 2 more, actually. He hits the second one. And Mathis will shoot 1 more. This one is good. So Mathis hits 2 of 3, and it's a 1-point game. 30-29. 2.5 minutes to go. Maestas will work it across the timeline, left to right on the dial. Big three-pointer here would be sweet for the Wolves. Here's Goff. Goff with the ball, hands it off to Brad Franks. Franks back out on top to Peverly. Sean will go left side to Alma. Kilpack will drive into the hole with the right hand. Can't get it. We got a whistle. We're going to say no shot, however. And the foul is on Randy Philbin, and he's fouled out of the game. Philbin leaves with no points. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And to the line is Alma Kilpack. Kilpack has 8 points in the game, and he is 3 of 4 from the line. 30-29, 2:08 to go. These are big free throws, and Alma can't hit it. A rebound by Johnson. Johnson's pulled down his 6th rebound. Left side, Malone put it up and in. James Malone. Malone off the bench has 8 points, and the Indians retake the lead, 31-30. They are on a 7-0 run here. Here's Kilpack. Under 2 minutes to go. Brad Franks on top of the key. He'll hand it off to Goff. Goff working against Malone. And Goff lost the handle off his foot out of bounds. That'll be the third turnover for Green River. The final in the AFC, the Bills beat the LA Raiders 29-23. Here is 31-30. Indians with the ball, and they have the lead by 1. Minute 40 to go. Johnson with the ball. He'll hand it off to Milchewski. Milchewski will work it up on top against Franks. Here's Johnson. Johnson will hand it off to Mathis. He'll get it to Malone. Wide open underneath Johnson. Put it up and in. Big basket. Wolves need a three-pointer to tie this one. Here's Peverly. Sean with the ball. He'll terminate now to Maestas. Looked like he traveled, but no call underneath pass to Robinson. Knocked out of bounds by Milchewski. With a minute 18 to go. Central has scored. It was 30-24. They've scored 9 straight points. Peverly wide open right side. 3 on the way is off the back of the iron. No good. And Malone with a rebound. Long lead to Mathis. Mathis back to Milchewski, and he'll work it back out on top. Milchewski, left side baseline, terminates the dribble. And Malone has really come in and done a nice job, and the Indians lose it out of bounds. Turnover. 14 in the game. 62 seconds to go. Maestas left side to Kilpack. Alma with the ball. Underneath pass Franks, and he is fouled by Johnson. As he went for the steal, Nate picks up his 4th in the game, and this will be his first free throw of the game. A 6'4" senior. Got it. Wasn't pretty, but it went in. Franks will have one more. Second one by Brad is good. Franks hits that one, nothing but net, and it's a 1-point game, 33-32 with 56 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. The full court pressure. Milchewski with the basketball, and he'll get it into Malone. Malone will hand it back to Milchewski. Milchewski will give it to Johnson. 50 seconds to go. They get it across the timeline. Here's Johnson. Johnson with the ball. Right, left. Now he'll go to Milchewski. Back to Johnson. Johnson will get it to Mathis. Mathis back to Johnson. Johnson with the ball. They'll take the time off here. 38 seconds to go. Get it to James Malone, and Malone is fouled by Micah Maestas. Got him on the arm. That's a good call. Maestas picks up his 3rd foul, and James Malone, the man who's killed Green River here in the 4th quarter off the bench, will step up to the free throw line. Malone has 8 points. 33-32 with 36 seconds to go. Malone's free throw is no good, and Peverly comes down with a rebound, and for some reason the Indians put nobody underneath the basket. I don't understand that. 30 seconds left. Here we go. Maestas with the ball. Gets it to Sean Peverly. Peverly hands it off to Kilpack with 21 seconds left. Here's Peverly. Wolves are going to go for the last shot here. Here's 18 seconds left. Sean Peverly with a basketball. He'll go to the hole, and then he's fouled. No, timeout by Green River with 14 seconds left. 14 ticks left on the clock. 33. Chris is 2 of 3 tonight. Dwayne Cook got his troops out there. Here comes the Wolves. Peverly, Maestas, Goff, Franks, and Kilpack. Jason Morrow, Milchewski, Malone, Mathis, and Johnson on the floor for the Indians. Goff will bring it in with 14 seconds left. And here we go. Goff has the basketball. Chris trying to get it in, and finally does to Sean Peverly. Peverly double-teamed in the corner, having problems. Back out on top to Chris Goff. Goff will be an over back call with 8 seconds to go. Peverly was double-teamed in the corner, and not much he could do. 4th turnover in the game for Green River. That's a big one.
Timeout, Central.
Indians will bring it in. Here's Milchewski. Milchewski tries to get it in, having problems, and then we'll call a timeout. And I think that's probably the last timeout by Cook, or by Cheyenne Central. And Dwayne Cook goes out and chews his players big time. He gets after it. Green River needs to foul immediately. Milchewski having problems, finally gets it into Mathis, and then he's fouled at the half-court line. It'll be 1 plus the bonus with 6 seconds to go. Big free throws coming up. Needs to hit at least one. That would force Green River, if they do score, a 2-pointer, just to get a tie out of it. And Sean picked up his 4th. Mathis to the line. Mathis is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. free throw. This one's a big one, and he got it. And he wants the crowd to get on him. Problem with that, you're supposed to do that after you hit the 2, not after you hit 1. Mathis, the second one is good. So he hits both, and the Wolves need a three-pointer to tie. And Green River will call timeout. So the Wolves need to hit one from downtown to get the tie, 35-32. The Wolves, Micah Maestas picks up the ball, goes in the corner, knocked out of bounds by the Indians' Milchewski. 5 seconds to go, 35-32. And Green River fans will come over. It'll be Wolves basketball. Indians fans wanted more time off the clock. I think there should be 4 seconds, not 5, but nonetheless, there is 5 seconds to go. Wolves will bring it in. Kilpack will work it in for Green River. Alma gets it to Maestas. Now to Peverly. Three-pointer on the way. This will be well short. Rebound by Franks. No good. Didn't matter. The game is over, and the Indians have won the game in a strange one. Our final score, Cheyenne Central 35, Green River 32. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with our post-game show. You're listening to Wolves basketball on Cougar.
If you're on medication, you need to consider the Vial of Life. The Vial of Life, a container that's always ready to go should you have to leave home in an emergency. The Vial of Life contains medication for 3 days, physician's instructions, and the name of your nearest